you see in the background, I got a air mattress because one of my good friends is staying with me for the weekend. So while he's out, I figured, you know, it would be a good time to backtest a little bit. So looking on the higher time frame here, we're clearly in a downtrend. I'd be looking for short continuations for sure. So first thing, we'll draw the overnight profile right from 1800 to now. I see we have a nice big HVN in front. And yesterday's value levels from 930 to 16. All right, so you can see yesterday's point of control kind of became the overnight value area high, which means we're basically accepting lower and lower prices from the overnight session as compared to yesterday's session. So unless we get a reversal, I'm pretty confident at continuation. So I'll kind of look and see what can be potential targets. And, you know, I notice a lot of people, especially when they trade ICT, they just look at straight up market structure. Maybe I can see there's like 1 hour rejection blocks down here, which is fine. But I found that it's a little bit better to draw a volume profile and see where the high volume nodes lie. So you can see there's one historic HBN right here, and there's a little nodule right there. So I'm going to be looking at these kind of as inflection points. And on ES, there's a low. So days like this is kind of tricky because of course I want to be part of the move, but when we're just ripping straight down, it's hard to get an entry, you know? So I'm just going to draw that profile. Yeah, it's hard. So I'm just going to speed us up. Hopefully we get some motion. So yeah, this is just another small HVN here. So you can see this was kind of fair value in this kind of weekly region. This is from Thursday the 9th until 21st, so basically 2 weeks. This was fair value. Okay, so we're right around 9:45. We can see we have a pretty significant V shape out of this zone. This is kind of a liquidity grab, so to speak. Okay, so I basically want to see if this zone gets respected and if this HVN gets respected. So I'm going to give us a bit of speed. There's a bunch of LR here if I'm going to go for a reversal, but yeah, YM is looking a lot stronger than ES in that respect. Let's see. This is a point of reversal. slowing us down a bit. We had a decent reclaim from those lows. So let's see, this is pretty choppy PA right here, but I'm comfortable taking the reversal long if we're able to actually support this zone on here. So I'm really only going to care about 5-minute structure. Give us some speed. ES is looking decently strong. All right. 10 a.m. is about to open up here. 10 a.m. is about to open up, so I would be comfortable taking a long through here, kind of like this, with a stop at the HVN there. But since it is counter trend, I'm a little bit more wary. But again, if price is telling me like, hey, we want to support higher prices, buyers are in control, who am I to judge, you know? We just kind of have to wait until 10 a.m. opens up. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, so it looks like the rejection is happening from point of control here. And I would feel a lot more comfortable taking a short position anyways. Let's see. Okay, I'm comfortable taking a stab short here with a stop right above this HVN. Give it a bit of room to breathe here. And I can target this next zone trailing here. And this is kind of in line with the higher time frame. If I look on the 30-minute, we've been dumping since we made all-time highs. We've been dumping. So rebalancing on the higher time frame, that's the narrative behind this trade. The risk is tight. This is on 2 YM contracts, 2 minis. I'm risking $680, about 68 points. And I'm going for right around a 3 to 1, it's 2.8 to 1. And I would trail break even at a 1.6. So at this point, I'm comfortable just letting this trade run. And just monitoring it on the higher time frame on ES. So I'm going to zoom out to the 15. And let's see what will happen here. Again, here's point of control from that last 2 weeks. And my thesis while I'm watching this live is if we're actually able to go ahead and reject this point of control, that means that sellers for this time are in control. And if sellers are in control, then we're just going to take the next target lower. It's pretty simple. And as long as my stop loss is at a logical place of invalidation, I'm comfortable just holding the trade, letting my thesis play out. And that's something that I'm working on in my trading, is just letting the trade idea actually play out and putting my stop in a logical place and accepting the risk. And that's it. So again, I'm just going to speed us up, let it play. So right now we're kind of fighting at this point of control. Looks like that was a stop out. Mm. This might be an opportunity for a short continuation. Rejection here. See how we play around point of control. Yep. Clear as day. Same risk. We could actually extend the take profit a little bit. Let it play on the 5. And I like to zoom out whenever I'm in the trade, just because I've noticed that if I'm on the 30-second and I'm watching every inflection, like I'm going to naturally just be a bit more wary. But if I'm able to just keep the higher time frame in mind, I'm not as emotional about, you know, lower time frame inflections. Anyways, all that being said, I need to speed us up. And again, my personal rule is 2 back-to-back losses and I'm done. This was basically the same trade idea playing out, so we'll just see. Looks like it might be a stop out, potentially. Maybe not. And this is, again, a 3.74 to 1 total risk reward ratio. Should it play out? It's already 10:30, so at this point it's kind of late in the day. We're not getting delivery to the lower targets, so it is what it is. Chopping in the zone. See, this is why it's so important to have the stop loss at a logical level, because even though we're chopping in the zone, that's to be expected because this was the previous point of control, right? And so we're just basically letting the auction play out. Buyers might win, sellers might win. That's out of our control. All that's in our control is protecting our downside, which we have done, putting our stop in a logical level, and then letting the trade play out, right? Giving it a chance to breathe and being patient, accepting the outcome. These are all things that, you know, I'm trying to carry forward in my live trading. So looking at structure right now, it's looking very primed for a break, and actually playing point of control rejections is one of my favorite setups, because I find that once sellers are in control, especially after a period of accumulation, we literally just break so fast. And I feel quite confident in this setup right now, especially when I look at the momentum of ES. I feel quite good. I'll zoom out to the 1 hour on ES. I can take a look at other targets, but yeah, I feel quite comfortable holding this. I feel quite comfortable holding this, especially if we close below this zone. gonna give us a bit more speed. I'm going to look at the current profile, session profile right now. Yeah, so at this point, I'm pretty comfortable breaking us even right here. If we're going to, come back up, we're not going to get the delivery that I'm looking for. However, at minimum, I think we should take this low. So let's see how this plays. Keep a look on ES. Okay, so at this point, I'm not loving this hesitation. We're currently up. We were up about a 2-1, so I'm going to let this next 5-minute close, and then we'll see how we're doing. I'm gonna start trailing aggressively once this gets touched, though. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of closing the position here. There's this target. I'm going to trail pretty aggressively here. ES could just dump, could continue dumping. But also, because this was a high volume node prior, it's a logical point for us to reverse. It's very logical for us to reverse here. I don't want to hold on for that reversal, and we've displaced a decent amount, so I'm comfortable taking profits here. But again, I want to give it a bit of room to breathe, which is why, but looks like oh yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. And ES is looking great, honestly. Wait for this next 5 to close here. Oh yeah, we're getting a decent amount of momentum. Trailing that. Perfect. And I like to do this in real time just to practice my reps of managing the trade, right? In real time. So this is 1x, 1 second. This is real time. And so what I did there is I waited for that 5-minute candle to put in the high, and I trailed right there. I don't want this candle to flip green on me, but I want to allow it, give it some room to breathe. So at this point, since we're pretty close to my target, I just want to manage the trade pretty closely here. Trailing that. Locking in 2,000 profit. speed. Okay, I'm gonna lock that. I took that. So that is a realized 3.16 to 1 risk reward. And let's let it play out. Let's see what would have happened. So I'm actually very glad that I took profits there. I noticed the hesitation, and I've noticed that when we're close to targets, sometimes we don't always take them, and I've gotten burned way too many times. So I'm happy just letting the trade play, but not being greedy. So this was about 11:17 to 11:55, 45 minutes of hesitation, and I would rather just take a clean move down, clean flush, and not be part of the hesitation. Because yes, it did go lower, but it could have also gone higher, and I don't want to be a part of the trade at that point. So I'm happy with that. We'll move on to the next week. So at this point, of course, we have these higher targets. Yeah, so we're kind of rotating around this high volume zone here, which is also point of control here. And I expect us to rotate up higher. I'm looking for long continuations. We just have to let price action kind of play out. There's a lower shelf here. Yeah, which lines up. So we just have to let the first 5 kind of play out. There's nothing I can really do for the first 5 minutes. Let it decide. Yeah, we're just going straight up. Right now we're getting a bit of a retrace. YM is a lot weaker than ES at this point. Okay. A lot weaker. Kind of textbook long continuation right here. Kind of textbook. I just need to probably let this first 5 close. I'm tempted, but I know 10 a.m. is about to open up in 2 minutes here, and I want to be cognizant of that. That we might want to put on a lower wick on the 4 hour. But if I look on the 4 hour, actually, I'd be open to shorting this. Oh yeah, there's value down here. I'd be open to shorting this, especially after that. Wait, hold on. Let's play 10. All right. Oh, how are we gonna react here? We're in a consolidation station on ES. How's the risk reward here? It's kind of juicy, I can't lie. Hold on. Let it play. Rejection? Oh. Temptation. Okay. I'm in right there. Yeah. So basically what I saw, just hesitation around point of control. I'm very comfortable taking that. This, I would continue if I drew profile here. Target this point of control rotation. And on ES, just kind of be cognizant. HVN here, potential reversal zones, and yeah. Hands off. Break even there. Might be a stop out here. Give us some speed. Very interesting. Okay. We're not getting very clean delivery. We're still respecting this point of control rejection, which is good for our trade thesis. Pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get more speed. Now, this I really like to see. ES just dumping through this HVN tells me sellers are in control. Look at this. Look at this speed at which we're just obliterating through this HVN. That, well, at this point I can just move to break even. Hands off. I'm quite confident in this trade's ability to play out. And there's an HVN here. I could probably even target this one with a trailing here. If we're gonna get some crazy expansion. So I kind of want to be cognizant of that. See how ES plays. I think ES should play till 6800s, especially this VWAP rejection. Very strong 15-minute bearish candle. Yes. Yes. And on this, yes. I'm comfortable letting this run. Letting this run. Very good. Very, very, very good. Aggression from sellers coming into this. We have this. So at this point, we're up a 2-1 basically. Final target is 4. Again, I don't want to be greedy. I understand that this is a decent reversal point for ES. And if we do reverse, I'm happy taking profits here. In real life, I'd probably take 1 con off here. But let's see. Some more speed. Yes. ES is building an auction at this zone. Again, to be expected, it was a high volume zone. But this momentum, I don't want to fade the momentum. I just want to give it some room to breathe. At this point, I would probably start trailing. I lock in 1200 here. I let it trail. Perfect. Okay, this is where it gets bought. Most likely, yeah. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy getting taken out there. It's right around a 2-1. Maybe a bit less than that. So let's see what would have happened. Yeah. So yeah, this zone was the point of reversal. Good. All right, I'm